From the team that brought you the Haunted Files on ParaFlixx comes a new way to experience the unknown. This is the Haunted Files Unplugged, where the lights are low, the stories are raw, and the truth is stranger than fiction. Join Mike Delcoro, Eric Vanderlaan, and their special guests as they dive into the dark corners of the paranormal. From hauntings and cryptids to UFO encounters and everything in between. No filters, no scripts, just pure, unfiltered conversation from the world beyond. You're listening to the Haunted Files Unplugged.
Holy motherfucker!
What is up, everybody?
Monday, everybody. Dropping like flies.
Difficulties there.
What? Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to the Haunted Files Unplugged radio show. We got an amazing show, and I'm your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and my other host over here.
What's going on, guys? My name is Mike Delcoro, and I'm your co-host. Sorry about the little technical difficulties there on my end. But we're going to have a great show for you guys tonight, and I'm going to let Eric tell you what we're getting into.
Yeah, we're getting thrown off all over the place, and I'll blame it on our guest, and you'll understand why. So, yeah, we got two amazing guests tonight. We got
sure do.
MaryLynn Bast, and we got Mike Gagliano from Paranormal, Lost Goat Productions, Beacon. And actually, Mike, they were on our season 4 premiere last Friday night, right?
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, amazing time and investigation with some really crazy evidence. And yeah, maybe we'll talk a little bit about that.
Yep, definitely. And I made a little intro.
Oh, do show.
Watch it. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Without further ado, let's bring our guests on board. Get it? Battleship. Bam. Bam.
Hello.
What is going on, folks?
Hello. Welcome back.
The only person I can hear, Mike, is you. I cannot hear anybody else.
Really?
That's good for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. So I'm going to try leaving, and then I'm just going to have you bring me back in because it's got to be something on my end.
Yeah, you guys are definitely bringing the glitches here.
Hearing aids.
It's got to be me. All right,
you can't hear me.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
All right.
Hi, James. It's always Mike.
Yeah, definitely. Damn, Mike. Anyway, Mike is still recovering. He had a major accident, so and he's back.
There it is.
He is back.
And now I hear everybody.
Awesome.
And of course, he has to show off the guns.
Man, I don't know. Just me and Technologics, you know?
Yeah.
I don't get it. That's the problem. I would have been great. I would have made a great caveman, you know? I'd have been like, yeah, see, this stone looks like a wheel. This right here, this bad boy will get you at least 10 miles, you know?
We'll be rubbing some sticks, start a fire.
Yeah.
But he would try to be riding the wheel, so that would be a problem.
Yeah.
Like Fred Flintstone style.
We'd have to make him a big stone helmet.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd made a great like Indian, maybe like an Indian salesman. Horse. Good for you. You know, I don't know. I just like that's it. Like I have a Xbox, right?
Yeah.
I haven't played it in like a year. because I need a cable, and I'm like, that just sounds like it just sounds like too much work for a cable. I don't know. So like, I'm terrible, man.
Well,
So
you
you
got
don't
other
mind
shit going on. You got time for that,
That's right. That's true. Yeah.
right?
So half the time, I don't know if it's that I'm lazy or I just hit my head. To be honest.
So, MaryLynn and Mike, you've been on the show before, but just give a brief little synopsis about you guys for people who don't know you.
Go ahead. I'll let you start, MaryLynn.
Okay. Well, I am MaryLynn Bast, pair with the
Hi.
normal. Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
So as you can see, Mike is our comedian of the group, but I'm the psychic medium, and pair with the normal. I'm trying to teach Mike how to investigate, and it always kind of goes off in a totally different direction. Never know what's going to happen, and we end up here.
That's
There you
right.
go.
They
Yes.
actually, these guys, they work really well together, and it's such a good time to watch them work together and everything. And Mike's always trying to eat something, right?
Always.
Our
Well,
show
we were
it's completely unscripted, so whatever Mike does, we're just kind of playing off of each other, but he's the one who sets the tone. So I'm following along and responding, and then he's responding to me, trying to get a response. So it turns into chaos sometimes.
Yeah,
You know,
I
and,
will
and
say,
with all that positive energy out and doing an investigation and just having that positive energy of Mike around, it probably drums up some, there you go, positive vibes,
Yeah.
right?
you can't wear that shirt if you have AIDS, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was going to say you probably get a good amount of activity with that positive positive vibes and everything when you guys are out investigating. Is that the case?
We actually do. So it's just the energy whenever we get in there, and Mike is just bouncing all over the place. It seems like it draws it in, and then just
Well,
go ahead, Mike.
we filmed last May at the USS Battleship North Carolina, and we had that chaos under control, right?
We did.
Yeah. Yeah. It
seemed to
helped
think
that I
so.
had I was able to kind of go around and kind of mess with stuff. It also did help that I had that Jersey Mike's. That was great.
Yeah, that helps, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
Jersey Mike's was fantastic. That came in clutch for that whole
In
thing.
the mess hall. That's where we spent a lot of our time. There's a lot of stuff going on in there.
Yeah,
And
honestly,
then
there really was.
You introduced Alien Steve.
Yeah, Toasty Steve was
right.
there.
Oh yeah.
And that was great because I literally was there for the whole Paracon. So they were doing investigations in the North Carolina after the part of the con was done. They just kind of let people go wherever they wanted to go. So I just stayed as, in the alien con as Steve, and I didn't have a light. I didn't have anything. And I just kind of went around scaring the bejesus out of people. But it was hilarious. It was so much fun. Hello, everybody coming in. But I had such a blast there at the North Carolina special film with you guys. It was cool to get to see the red goggly
Delco experiment.
Delco thing. Yeah. That was pretty awesome. And actually that brought me up to a question I was going to ask, Mike, and I totally forgot. I know that you use that with the Estes, but have you used that with any other form other than just the SP7?
Oh yeah.
Doing the Gansfeld experiment where you're listening to brown noise, or pink
Is that
noise.
like when somebody's pooping?
That is exactly what it is. It's pre-recorded, and we
dirty noise.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but the brown noise and pink noise are actually the same as white noise, but with the full spectrum. It has the bass in it and everything. Where white noise is strictly the highs.
And pink noise is for gays. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's a rainbow.
Oh, right.
Yeah, there's a rainbow.
Right.
Noise.
No, he said gaze, like to look out to gaze upon. So yes, we've done a lot of different types of experiments with those goggles and tried different things, and a lot of people even buy them for meditation purposes and things of that nature.
I want to say I used the Delco goggles with Janie Davis at the That's right. I hit my head, man. I don't remember anything anymore.
One of those events.
I want to keep wanting to say Elijah. Eloise.
Eloise, yeah.
Yes, I was at Eloise Asylum, and we used them, but we used, I want to say it was Sean Astin's app.
Okay.
I don't know if you
Spirit Box app.
It's something like that. I think it was Sean Astin's. I'd have to ask her or Larry Eisler. I think one of those two would know what it was, but I mean, when I used it with that, I mean, it worked phenomenal. I mean, it was great. I want to say like the one thing that I noticed, like with the when you do the SB7, it's so loud. You're kind of like stuck. You're kind of stuck in yourself. But with that app, I don't know what it was, but it was like more quiet. But like things would still come through, and I felt like I was almost like projecting farther. Like I was picking up things that. And so that was, but the goggles were that was like the key component. Yeah, so I thought that was really awesome.
It's really pretty wild, and it's somebody smarter than me came up with that, years and years ago, and
You're
then
welcome.
it was reintroduced, when the CIA and everything was doing all the experiments when it came to the MK Ultra, and then they were doing the different experiments to test in parapsychology and all that fun stuff, is when it was kind of really became more popular in the 70s from the government testing it and testing ESP and all those things. And then it kind of faded off. And that's why I kind of said, you know what, I'm going to try to recreate these into a way that you don't have to carry ping pong balls and lights and all this stuff out into a haunted location, because I want to try it. I think there's something to it. And then, I said, let's try mixing the Gansfeld and the Estes together. And that's how we came up with that. We were getting some really surprising results. So it's been pretty awesome. Yeah.
So we also put a twist on it. Yep. And we put a twist on it. We got another experiment that we thrown in there. I always forget the name, the transcranial stimulation, the electrodes.
Yeah. Transcranial.
Wet Willy.
Exactly. It'll wake up your wet willy for sure.
Yeah. It's transcranial direct current stimulation. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah. I can't even remember it.
I have a little clip to explain it, so I don't have to explain it like every time. So I made a little clip, and we used it in one of our episodes, but I'll just run it real quick to kind of explain what it does.
Transcranial direct current stimulation, TDCS, is a non-invasive neuromodulation technique that involves applying a low electrical current to specific areas of the brain through electrodes placed on the scalp. This method aims to modulate neuronal activity and has gained attention for its potential in cognitive enhancement, rehabilitation, and treating various neurological conditions. The electrical stimulation is believed to influence neuronal excitability, promoting or inhibiting synaptic activity. While TDCS shows promise in enhancing learning, memory, and motor functions, ongoing research aims to better understand its mechanisms, optimize protocols, and explore its therapeutic applications in conditions such as depression, chronic pain, and neurological disorders. The Haunted Files team is going to test this method in conjunction with the Delcoro experiment to see if this will help communicate with the afterlife.
Wow. My G could use
that. Did you get all that?
That could do a lot of things for you.
Yeah.
Sign me up for the TCBY method. Yeah.
There you go.
That sounds
because I kind of have a theory, right? I feel like everybody has, the veil is thin for some people more than others, and I think everybody has a way to communicate with that. I mean, it goes back to, as long as human history, they've been talking about speaking with their ancestors and people in the afterlife and all these things, right? So I think that somebody like myself that's like sensitive as a rock, like these kind of things help push you over that little bit of an edge to help communicate. And I don't know, we're trying different stuff, and it seems to be working. It's really amazing. And like I said, with all the other teams testing it and different things, and we're getting very similar type results. Mike, what about you? This is kind of a weird question, right? But maybe like after you had that accident,
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything when you're investigating the paranormal? If it's more or less, or
Definitely. And MaryLynn can attest to this too. It's definitely ramped up, and I think it. I actually just had a conversation with somebody talking about it, but when you have one of those near-death experiences, and to be completely honest, I felt like I died, and I came back anyway, even though maybe my body was still there. I had checked out, so I meant nothing. And then when I did finally come in, it wasn't like, it's so funny. You see on TV, right? Like somebody's asleep, and then all of a sudden they wake up and they go, "Whoa, what happened?" I was awake. I was talking, mid being taken somewhere, when I all of a sudden just snapped back into being. I just like sentiently became back alive, and I was like, and they were like, "Do you know where you are?" And I was like, "Boulder City." They said, "Nope, you're at UCLA." And I said, "I am?" They said, "Yeah, you hit your head." And I said, "I did?" Because I had nothing. I mean, nothing. And then the first like month to 2 months trying to come back from that, the only thing you could think of is, I'm not supposed to be here anymore. Right? It's different than saying I want to die. It's no, I'm supposed to be dead. I don't have a reason to be here anymore. My body's broken.
Right.
Right? So you're stuck struggling with this like ninth dimensional thought process in your head that that you just cannot wrap your own life around. And it took me time to come to some type of conclusion to where I said, you know what, I think I came back. And I think one of the reasons why we pursue the paranormal, the afterlife so much, and why we see, we hear about, people that maybe have been stuck there since the 1700s that are stuck in the same place. I think sometimes it comes down to, you're trying your hardest to find a reason to be worthy, right? To be worthy of whatever comes next, because we don't really know, right? We don't know at this stage in our lives, right? But in death, maybe we reincarnate, or maybe there is a heaven, or maybe there is a hell, or maybe there's an option. But what if all of that completely and solely relies on whether the fact you feel like you're worthy enough for what's supposed to come next, right? And if you don't feel that way, you're stuck, right? Because now you're stuck living in your own fear,
Right.
which is easily one of the hardest grips to break. After coming to those type of like realizations, I'm not like psychic, but I'm far more sensitive and intuitive than I had ever had been before. In like cemeteries, I can find a cemetery just driving. I can just feel it. And I can say, hey, I think we're coming up on a cemetery. I just feel something. And then lo and behold, we'll pass the cemetery. I have no idea why that connects or resonates with me now, but it does. It's crazy. And now if I could only figure out if Bigfoot's got 6 nipples or 2, I would be set,
Well, Skunk Ape has 4 feet and Sasquatch has what, 5?
4 feet?
I mean, 4 toes.
Oh, 4 toes. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Supposedly.
Well,
yeah.
To a midget, I'm a tripod. So cheers to that.
Yeah, definitely. So when you went through that experience, did you feel like you lost a period of time, or?
I did. In fact, I lost 6 days. Gone. 6 days I'll never get back. And that's just the start. Not only did I lose that 6 days, but I lost everything that I had been working on up to that point. And even now, I have these moments where regular Mike exists and fractured Mike exists at the same time. So one ends and then one begins, and then that one ends and then old Mike begins. So I get stuck kind of almost feeling like I'm 2 people, because I can't quantify them both at the same time. So I can't drive. I have severe double vision. So yeah.
Was your first investigation after the accident, was it the Savannah Theater or before?
Well, that was technically my first one. Yes.
The only reason why I said that, and I don't know if MaryLynn agrees with me, we had some amazing connection directly with you, especially when we were up on that upper level where the projector room is.
I'm an upper decker.
Exactly. And why wouldn't that happen? But we were getting EVPs of your name. And I remember asking, can you do something to Mike? You said his name. Can you do something to him? Right when I said that, we heard all this feedback coming from your hearing aids. And I thought that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened after that?
You know, what's funny is I try now, because it is really sensitive, I actually take it out.
Okay.
Now, because it does do that type of stuff, but I need to, I don't want it to be a crutch, right? So I try to take it out so I don't have to worry about, because if I'm too close to you, it'll make noise. Like, I don't even know if you guys can hear that.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be like a reverberation of someone talking, and you can hear it, and almost like sentences after we talk, you could still hear it talking.
Yeah, it's crazy. So,
but for it to happen like that right on cue, and it was loud, we all heard it. Like, I thought your eardrums already busted. If they were normal, they probably would have been busted.
Yeah, no, but I almost can't even hear it. Even with this in, I can barely hear from it, and it's maxed out. But that's what happens when you shotgun part of your skull through your earlobe.
Yeah, Mike, I never heard you talk so serious, but
I have my moments
about your experience.
Yep, I have my moments, but I think that's another thing that people need to do too is, and that's one of the things I love about the different types of shows and what's so awesome about Haunted Files. I have a new puppy and he's nuts. So, is you can see some of these different types of shows and you can experience different personalities, right? Like Mike he's very quiet, but he's very stoic. Eric, like, you like to take your time, you like to think, you like to go over things, you like to analyze it as to what's being heard, what's being said, so you can feel it a little bit more. He wants to see the data. MaryLynn, she's a medium and she's a psychic, so she wants to look at things from a spiritual level. I'm just an idiot, man. But that's the thing is when you experience the afterlife, or when you're trying to get an understanding of the afterlife, it's not the afterlife, guys, is not Zach Baggins. Okay, that's just all I'm trying to say is.
Oh man, I don't want to die, damn it.
Right. It's not all demons. It's not all scary. You don't know. It takes all of our personalities. It takes all of your personalities to completely and truly have some type of affinity or appreciation of what's going to come next.
I mean, and if you look at like NDE's near-death experiences and some of these things, it's these are people, like, you know what I mean? Like, we believe that these are people, these are human beings that are trying to give me nice. I like the shot glass for the cup,
so we can get shit faced. But you're right. They were or are still sentient people, right?
Yep. Yeah. And that's what we try to, tell people and teach people, that it's not always all demons coming out of the floorboards and things that, you know what I mean? It's not always dark, not that there isn't.
You go into a haunted house, you're more likely to find semen than a demon. Don't bring your black light.
Yeah. Maybe at one of these cheap motels, you never know.
That's right.
They say they're haunted, right?
A Super 8 is not super great.
And MaryLynn, so you're a psychic medium. What kind of changes did you notice from Mike after his accident that you can?
He does have a lot more serious time instead of everything being a joke. He still jokes, that's just him, but he does have more of a serious side and it's more analytical. I think he talks more on that. I think his mind just goes all the time anyway, analytical, but he talks more on it. But the spiritual side of it, very open, like he's talking about, we can be a mile away and he'll start looking, and I know he's looking for the cemetery because I feel it too. And then he'll spot where it's at. So that's, he's picking up on that, and just some of the things on the investigations that we're doing. He's starting to get the feels, he's starting to actually know what's going on. And in
Wait
one
till
of
you
our
see the
last
finale of season 2. Yeah.
Yes, that one is very emotional and very dramatic.
I would say this too, Mike, real quick. Just, I wouldn't, just kind of from what I was picking up on you, and this is just my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Is you need to look at things like damn, I'm, you're lucky. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, you are really lucky to be here. And I know it can be a little hard and maybe a little depressing sometimes to have these injuries and things like that when you're such a fit guy and you've always been in amazing health, but you got to look at it, man. It could have been so much worse, dude. It could have
absolutely been. And it's funny, another big realization that I had from my injury was that I felt like, and it comes down to being worthy, right? And I felt like I was going through life feeling like I was entitled to whatever I was getting, right? Mm-hmm. And I have this beautiful second chance to stop looking at entitlement and to start harnessing opportunity. Right. To look at and be grateful for what I get in the form of opportunity. Right. And I think that's really important for all of us, because there comes a point in people's lives sometimes when they're either afraid. My grandmother, she was 81, absolutely terrified of death. All she would talk about was how much she was so afraid to die. And then when she turned to 81, you know what she did? She picked out her burial plot. She liked it. She checked it out. She walked it. She made all the arrangements. She paid for it. And then she got sick. She went to the hospital and everybody was so sad for her. And she said, don't be. She said, look, that was then. She said, this is now. She said, I'm ready. Right? Because at some point you go, I need to stop worrying about being entitled to being alive. I just need to accept that I have this glorious opportunity.
It's always the fear of the unknown, right? Just like anything.
Exactly.
I was going to say,
looking at that as an opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we're Franny is doing a tribute to Scotty.
Yes,
our co-founder that passed, and I was in my little segment that she was on her deathbed. She was like, don't worry about me. I'm good. She was like all happy, like, and maybe not happy, but her spirits were up. She wasn't scared. She wasn't scared. You know what I mean? Because she knew that from doing this, as long as that she has, that there's something to look forward to afterwards.
And I love that. I worked for a hospice for a couple of years, and I don't think I truly appreciated what those patients were going through, because I used to sit with the patients and just talk to them. But at the time, you don't really think about the afterlife or the actual what it means to them to have to deal with death, right? To deal with loss. You just talk. Mm-hmm. But now you go, wow, you hear somebody like Scotty. She said, you know what? I made the absolute most of all my opportunities and I'm ready. I feel like I'm worthy to see what comes next. And that is absolutely the fucking best.
She had chemo and she was supposed to go home and rest straight from the hospital. She was like, I'm surprised she wasn't still in the hospital gown. She went to the cemetery to meet up with us to investigate.
See,
it was wild. I'm like, Scotty, what are you doing?
Yeah,
man.
Yep. She just wanted to see her team,
And she played a trick on me too. It's pretty funny because me, I'm always late. and I was getting close and I was like, I'm almost there. And they're like, oh, she had to leave. And I'm like, oh, damn. But she didn't leave. She they did a surprise and hit her in the corner and surprised me with her.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
I didn't know. Are you really always late? Is that your thing?
Well, if Franny's with me, I'll blame it on her.
Yeah. I would say
that is.
It's a good thing you're not a girl, because everybody just think you're pregnant.
Exactly right. I got to get ready. I got to look good. I got to, get my beard done and all that. So it takes a while.
But
the
reason why
Mike,
I bring what's that?
You were talking about that you felt like you were dead,
Yes.
and that you got to come back, and that's where I was on site with Mike.
She knows,
whenever I called his name, he opened his eyes, and I know he was not there. And so that was part of, for me to have to, work with him on that is like, okay, he wasn't there. And he did get a reset. So now he's getting to start over again. And so, I was like, I'm just glad you're here.
And it's not
very
easy,
happy
man.
we're here.
I'm like I said, I'm permanently deaf. And this year I blew out the side of my skull so bad. I had spinal fluid coming out. I had 2 hemorrhages, so brain bleed. I have a massive contusion still, probably for the rest of my life. And that causes me to have double vision, so I can't see well enough to drive anymore. My nose permanently gone. I cannot smell. And my taste, I've got about 20% of what a person's normal taste would be. So I can't remember what. I've started to lose an idea, I guess, of what taste was. You know what I mean? Like bacon. People love bacon, but I don't remember what bacon tastes like anymore. Chocolate was one of my favorite things. I love snacks, man. I love cookies. But I can't eat them because bread, like be it flour or tortilla, a bun, even chicken. Actually, it just tastes like deodorant.
What if I gave you like a really hot chili pepper?
My tongue wouldn't notice.
Would you feel that?
Only on my lips, actually. I can tell it on my lips. That's it. So my
Well,
lips still work, but my nose, nothing. My tongue, pretty much nothing. Maybe
I'm just happy you're here.
Tip.
I'm just happy you're here, Mike, because we were just starting to build a good friendship here. So,
well, yeah, I can't fix everything, I guess.
Well. Yeah, that you'll never be able to fix for sure.
But what do you got going on in your background? What's going on back there? What is all that stuff?
Whose background?
Yours, Eric.
I just have shit like laying all over the place. I'm pretty a messy guy.
I don't know. I kind of did like Mike. He's got like the doll lady. What's her name? Cassandra? Nope,
Annabelle.
That's not it.
Annabelle. You know where he got that? He won that prize, the raffle at the Rock Island Esoteric.
Yeah, I never win nothing.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, super stoked.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard from Candy yet, but I know she offered me to MC it, so I told her I absolutely would.
That. Yep, I think you're penciled in for that.
Yeah.
And by the way, to our people that are in the chat, if you're interested in becoming a vendor or a sponsor at the Rock Island Roadhouse Esoteric Expo coming October 3rd.
It does look like a science lab.
Reach out to me personally. I'm on the committee. I'm working with Candy and Sarah. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll hook it up.
Last year was a little rough on me because it was pretty warm in there. Normally I love the heat, so it wouldn't have been an issue, but because of my brain injury, it causes your brain to expand a little bit, and my brain is already at capacity from the injury, so I was hurting. I was not having it was not a great day to be Mike G that day. So
I'm gonna get you one of those cooling fans and the thing that you put around your neck.
We need to do an ice pack around his neck. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. But actually, can we do like a bag but make it look like testicles and call it an ice sack?
Yeah, and you hang it around your neck. There you go.
We can get like a big old ball sack from a cow.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
There you go. That'd be a great idea.
Honestly, just some more wrinkles on the top of Mike's head, and he'd look like a giant testicle.
There
it is.
That's what I was going for.
Speaking of testicles, we got to pay some bills, right, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know how that lines up with testicles, but
I don't know.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be right back, folks. What's up? Mike and Eric from the Haunted Files here, and we got these pieces of paranormal equipment in our hand. Why is that?
Because we want to give a big shout out to the Ghost Hunter store, our sponsor. And you might see some of this equipment on your favorite ghost hunting shows. Is that right, Mike?
That's right, especially the Haunted Files on ParaFlixx.
And we're going to give you a special code for a discount on these devices.
That's right. So if you go to the Ghost Hunter store, you go to the website, when you check out, if you enter the code Ghost Gone Wild,
Not Girls Gone Wild.
that's right, you get a discount on your purchase. So check them out. They're your one-stop shop for everything paranormal.
What's up, everybody? I'm Eric, and this is Mike from the Haunted Files. And Mike, we got something special to tell everyone, right?
We do. We have an amazing product here. This is from Haunted Happy Hour, where they make spirit-infused coffee. And what's cool about this product right here is it's the Haunted Files edition. It's a Dark Isles brew.
Yep, and it's got a blend of Irish cream, pistachio, and dark rum. A perfect blend to awaken your dark side, right, Mike?
Hell yeah, it is. And if you're feeling sluggish or you are ready to investigate all night, this is for you, man. And it is amazing tasting. And not only that, but what did ParaFlixx do for us and for the fans?
Well, you're going to get a special discount code that's on the package, and you're going to be able to get 3 months for free ParaFlixx. And who can they watch, Mike?
They can watch us and all the other amazing investigators on the ParaFlixx platform. So get yours today and make sure you check out ParaFlixx and the Haunted Files.
And if you're feeling dead inside, get caffeinated with Haunted Happy Hour.
Are you ready to explore the unknown?
Eventually.
Brace yourself for a journey into the supernatural. ParaFlixx Paranormal Plus, your gateway to the paranormal, all-in-one streaming service. Dare to explore, dare to believe, dare to stream alone.
It does not want us here.
Sign up now and embark on a supernatural adventure like never before. ParaFlixx Paranormal Plus, the universal home of paranormal.
All right, folks. And yeah, if you didn't know, we have a show called The Haunted Files on ParaFlixx, where we investigate different. Yeah, exactly. New season, season 4. We have 1, 2, and 3 out there streaming now. Season 4, episode 1 was just released last Friday, and we got some amazing guests on that episode where we investigated the USS North Carolina. We got Mike G and MaryLynn Bast from Paranormal, and we got a quick little trailer we could play to show everybody what we were getting into that investigation, and it was pretty remarkable. Go check it out now. It's streaming, and if you like what you see. Welcome to the Haunted Files, and tonight we're investigating this massive battleship. Eric, where are we?
Well, we drove all the way up to Wilmington, North Carolina, and we are on the deck of the USS North Carolina. Seen a lot of battles during World War II in the Pacific.
Yeah, and we're going to get in there and see if we can find any of this paranormal activity that they've been reporting throughout the years on this vessel.
And we got a lot of work cut out for us tonight.
We sure do. Let's get it.
What kind of paranormal experience have you had here?
I've got a lot of them, but just to give you a couple examples, I was able to see one of the brig doors just open wide and close all by itself, as if somebody just walked out of it.
Wow. What was that?
What was that?
What was that?
What was that?
You're recording, right?
Yeah.
That was a loud thump.
Hello? Holy shit. MaryLynn is a world-renowned psychic medium, and we're gonna have her kind of lead some of the way.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have her kind of feel out what's going on and see if she can lead us to any of the areas that we might capture something.
All right, I'm excited. Let's do this. You've ever been here before?
What's
happening? It's happening.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm good. Woo.
Oh boy. Should we go to the med bay?
No, I'm good.
Like being cold, or you feel dark, or?
Yeah, there's been a lot of deaths in here because whenever I was standing right there, it's just blood on the floor. It's like someone.
That's what you saw in the vision?
That's what I saw, yeah. So someone actually bled out right here.
I heard there's a story about a sailor who died when it was hit by a torpedo.
There are 4 that died, actually 5.
Okay.
4 of them died in the torpedo area where it hit below the area where they were. 23 were injured, and 1 was washed off deck. This was a 1,000-ton torpedo.
Yeah, my name is Mike. I'm actually a
You're not supposed to be here.
Well, thank you guys for being a part of that.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. What was that guy's name? Gregory?
I forgot.
I forget.
Shamar? Was his name Shamar?
Shamar.
I think
Shamar, that's what it was.
it's definitely Shamar. He looks like a Shamar.
So I've been meaning to ask MaryLynn, I've been meaning to ask you this question that's been on my mind for a while, and it's not Fireball.
Well,
And-
I was using amaretto, and it has absolutely like no alcohol in it, so I switched to Fireball.
All right.
So,
Cheers.
MaryLynn, you had an amazing Delco session, and you didn't realize how good it was. When you watched the video, what were your thoughts on it when you saw your responses to our questions?
They were spot on. I mean, you know, it's
Right?
just what I was getting. It's because I was also getting psychic impressions at the same time.
Mhm.
But the one thing that stands out, it was asking, what do I think about Mike?
Uh-huh.
And what did it say? I can't remember exactly. It's
Something
like
about me being an idiot, I think.
Yeah,
Which is fair.
And so that's the thing that stands out. But I thought it was really cool, just some of the stuff. And I know Mike had pointed out before that some of the things were like repetitive, and it was. It's because I kept hearing the same
The
stuff.
wildest.
It was sad. It was emotional.
Yeah.
Right.
One
But
of
it was-
them.
Go ahead.
No. It's okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the kid that was on there, he kept, wanting to tell his family. That was the emotional part of it. Was
Yeah.
trying to connect with his family, and it's just he didn't get to say goodbye to them, and that was
Yeah.
the hard part for him.
And you were getting a lot of there were a lot of comments regarding to people getting hurt, and
Yes.
and I believe a lot of stuff was regarding that that torpedo hit that the ship got. But that ship was like the most decorated ship in World War II. It won the most awards. It was a badass. It was like
Right.
an all the Japanese campaign. And when it did get hit by the torpedo, they went back to Pearl Harbor, fixed it, and before you know it, it was back out on missions.
Well, what
Ain't
was
that some
cool is
ship?
during the session, it's like
That's
I
definitely
was
some shit.
hearing, I was hearing the planes coming in because that's something
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah, that's right.
Fighter.
because I
So-
could hear those, and it was just really cool.
What's also really cool about that episode is actually that Delco Estes method that we did, because it shows that you can, to a degree at least, that you can go to some of these places, and maybe really what you're experiencing isn't so much the person as the place, right?
Yeah.
Because so much emotion from what had happened can just literally be infused into its own
Into a
fiber
location,
and
yeah.
being,
Yeah.
right? So
Definitely.
it's really
infused
cool.
into the location.
Yeah, and I think that's where, if you like history at all, I think history and paranormal can really go hand in hand.
It does.
To just, one, it helps you learn. Two, it really helps you understand the emotional experience of that time, right? Like I would love to just kind of go to, like, we always talk about, man, I'd love to go and see, Vlad's castle. I'd like to go to the town, right, where he actually piked all the people that were still alive because he lost his ever-loving fucking mind, right? He basically, he found his own limit and they went past it. And he just, he turned 40 and was like, blew a fuse. But when you get to a place like that, is it so much the people, or is the place itself stuck in the perpetual anguish, that feeling, that torment? And I think that's what you feel, or you kind of get a hint of. I'm sure there's still actual, spirits in the USS North Carolina based off of just your episode alone. But you also get those points where it's really, you start to feel just the anguish of the actual location.
It just like burned into the environment. Like it usually is. Anytime it seems like, and I'm no expert, right? But it seems like anytime there was just extreme emotion, either good or bad, but when there's just that extreme, and it usually when there's massive trauma like that, and it seems where it holds that energy, And
it really does.
I can't know how many
was when MaryLynn was naming off a list of names. Like we were asking like who's there, and she was like almost like she was reading a roster.
Yeah,
it was like crazy. Like once in a while you get a couple names, but to like get a whole list of names right back to back to back was just mind-blowing.
The names, whenever I was calling them off, they were actually calling their names off to me, so it was like they were doing a roll call.
Oh
wow,
that's cool.
Yeah,
but I was going to say that there are a lot of locations where it's not anything. Sometimes it's not tragic. There's like happiness and fond memories that are still attached there. And the perfect example are like two locations: the old Davie Schoolhouse that we investigate. We get a lot of like children coming back because those were happy moments in their time. The most haunted location in Miami, the Deering Estate. Charles Deering built this mansion right on the water and died looking out in the water in his wheelchair in his balcony right after it was completed, and he remains there. And it's like the place is like a magical location. It's like very tropical and lush.
But the
I think you bring up a great point.
Go ahead, Mike.
And which is kind of weird that you mentioned that too, is our next episode. It's a kind of a major flip-flop from the USS North Carolina to a old Victorian home in Casadega. Our next episode is going to be on the Ann Stevens house, and that was there's a spirit there, Marjorie, right, Eric?
Yep.
No, it's called margarine. It's a type
margarine.
of
well, Marjorie, when she was a little girl, she used to hang out at the Ann Stevens house. I believe her dad helped build the house.
He was an architect or something, yeah.
Yeah, and that was her favorite place as a little girl to play. But Marjorie didn't pass away until like she was in her 90s, but she comes back as a little girl, and there's a little doll there that she's connected to, and we can get paranormal equipment going off and get EVPs around the doll. It's wild.
And they're the owners of the house are psychic mediums, and you're in Casadega, which is a very spiritual place itself. And there was a lot of people that yes, correct. Yeah, spiritual capital of the world. There was a lot of people that claim the same thing, without talking to the owners and different things. And it was even they found the same thing in a book after, with some of the people that they made contact with. So very, very wild.
And it's very cool because they're both psychic mediums, but they're very protective over Marjorie, like it's a relative. So whenever
we had to really go through some screening to film that there. Like
was it in the Land of Lakes?
No,
Lando Lakes, margarine.
There is a Land Lakes, Florida, but it's not right there. It's between Orlando and Daytona.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Right off of a Haunted
I was
Highway.
picking up what you're putting down.
Thank you.
I know. I know my non-butters.
Non-butter eyes.
I was going to say though that whenever spirits come back, a lot of times they'll come back and represent when they were the happiest, and so it's being a child. And then also these locations, even on the USS Wilmington, when we were there, it's like there's good times, even though if they experience the bad, they still have good times, and those will come through. So they do have the good.
USS Wilmington,
whatever it was.
That was the name of the
North
town.
Carolina,
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
I'm already in my head, man. So now I'm really fucking confused.
It's your fault.
Another fireball.
But what I was going to say is another great thing, and what you're pointing out, especially with your next episode, is as paranormal investigators or enthusiasts or entertainers, I like to consider myself a paranormal entertainer because I don't know shit. We're always convinced that it's going to be something that happened that was duplicitous, that was debaucherous, that was deviant, right? Like something diabolical had happened, and they're dead, and they're stuck in their anguish, and they're serial killers. But a lot of times, sometimes it's just like the gentleman you said. He looked out at the beach. He said, my life has come to an end, and I'm okay with it. I'm ready, right? And he passes, and he goes, man, what a wonderful life. And then you get to go and you get to experience. Maybe this guy sticks around. Why? Maybe because he doesn't want to go off yet. Maybe he wants to tell people.
Yeah, he wanted to stick around and see his house is what we
He's very protective.
He's waiting for people like Mike and Eric to come by, and so he could spread his story about how great life can be if you take the time to live it.
Yeah. He does get angry though. He gets angry when you're in Mrs. Deering's dressing room.
Well, I get angry if you were in my house too.
Especially in your dressing room.
In the dressing room? Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be that. Well, I wouldn't be too angry as long as you're willing to hold.
I mean, like you said too, like the old Davy school. I mean, we were asking questions. What's your favorite subject? You know, things of that nature. And we got math clear as day. Yeah. Math. I mean, I don't know what's crazier, that we got a electronic voice phenomenon back on our recorder, or there's a kid actually out there that used to like math. That's, I don't know.
The wildest thing is, Mike, they remember when they had the picture of Abraham Lincoln, and I don't know if we were doing a spirit box session or an EVP session. I pointed at the picture and I'm like, who's that? Lincoln.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty dang awesome, man. And I just saw, ParaFlixx popped on with a little heart. So shout out to ParaFlixx for the episode. And we want to thank ParaFlixx for allowing myself, MaryLynn, to be a part of the Incredible Haunted Files. If anybody else is interested, maybe that you've talked to that has, maybe they're on the fence for joining you in an episode, I want to let them know, do it. You guys are the utmost professionals. It was I had a great time. And
appreciate it.
We're excited. We really want to have you on an episode of ours, and just keep the family going, And
I want to let people know that you guys are on Beacon, we're on ParaFlixx, we're all friends here. There's no competition.
No.
I mean, we're friends. We're good friends with Josh Purvis. And you can have both streaming networks.
No.
No, I said pervert. I didn't say pervert. Don't get me in trouble. But anyway, you can have both streaming platforms, and you're still going to come out paying less than paying Discovery Plus, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
You would spend way more money snorting cocaine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. But you could do it while you watch us, and it could be interesting.
You could watch literally the whole series in like 30 minutes.
We are not supporting
Mike
that.
Mike and I are going to come out with the Scarface episode. We're going to go look for something down in Little Miami or Miami Beach or something.
Have you guys ever thought, this is a weird question, but have you ever thought about trying to get to like Antarctica?
I won't go to Greenland though. Okay, I'm not going to be political.
I would love to.
I've always thought about that. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, I bring that up because, they talk about like there being like a whole hidden like land there. There's like tunnels.
Yeah, like an underground world underneath.
Man,
I would really like to know what's going on. Why would it be a no-fly zone? That's what makes me like start to question things.
Well, that's easy. You don't want to accidentally like shatter your dick off trying to the zipper. So no fly zone. That's why. Just drop.
Yeah, buttons only.
Don't let me imagine that.
Yeah.
The twig and berry. You don't want to get the old twig and berries caught up in there, and then bad news.
For all we know, that's how Hitler lost his first testicle. We don't know.
I believe it.
We don't.
No fly zone. No fly zone,
Yeah.
folks. But no,
Yeah.
you brought up a good point. There is a no fly zone. There's a lot of military restricted areas in Antarctica, and Antarctica is massive. It's massive. So
It's another
and they've
continent.
got a couple of bases out there. It would be pretty awesome to get down there and to actually like do a paranormal version to see what was there.
Yeah, we could be dressed up like they did in The Empire Strikes Back with like, you know, the goggles and
yep.
the big parka.
Use the Delco.
Yeah, exactly.
Goggles instead. To shield our eyes from the freezing snow and sleep.
It'd probably help, honestly.
Yeah, well, I think so.
Yeah, no, that's a definitely a wild spot for sure. I believe that if there was ever any kind of UFO stuff or anything going on, that's the spot.
It's got to be there. I would also love to check out, if we could figure out a way to check out Chernobyl.
Yes, that's another one. Yeah,
man, like I mean, I realize that like people think, well, that because the whole town is abandoned, it's not like everybody in the town died, but everybody in the town, they did kind of die in the fact that everything they had was uprooted and just gone. I mean, they left their laundries up.
There's another place too that you can actually visit. There's something about going to places that are abandoned like that just pique curiosity, that like, you know, it's almost like where time stood still, like Night of the Comet, right? Where there's everything looks like it was like everybody just got up and walked away one day. There's a place called Fukushima, and I think it's in Japan, and they got hit with a tidal wave and they had a nuclear disaster. It wiped out one of their, and the whole town is completely like Chernobyl, like just completely abandoned. There's still stores with stuff in it. There's still, and you're allowed in there. It's still closed off and military and everything, but you could take tours and go in there, and the government upped the legal limit of radiation that's okay to humans, like just to let the tourists go in.
Wow.
It's nuts. And there was a show. It's actually a really cool show, by the way, if you guys want to check it out. Like, it's called Dark Tourist. It's a New Zealand guy, and he goes around and he goes to like dark tourism places, and this is one of the places he goes, and he has a Geiger counter with him, and they're driving in on the bus, and he's like, these levels are higher than Chernobyl already. And yeah, it's insane, dude. It's insane. Like, that would be
Let's do it. What's it gonna do? Cook my brain? Too late, pal.
Well, maybe that's what you need, Mike. Just a little bit of radiation to cure everything, right?
Right. Hey, maybe if anything, I'll glow in the dark. That'd be cool.
There you go.
Well, you never get lost.
I saw Louis just came in. He's part of the Wisconsin Beard Club.
Yes.
Which I will be an MC for June 12th.
June 6th.
Or June 6th, sorry. Mike, you should consider joining the Wisconsin Beard Club, because they're gonna have a beard brawl, bro. You would do great.
What's that mean?
You've got this awesome beard, man.
No, I thank you. What's a beard brawl?
And you could enter. There's going to be a bunch of contests. You know, you could maybe dye parts of it red so it looks like a peppermint.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah.
That would be sexy.
I'm sure my work would love that.
But no, there'll be the Wisconsin Beard Club. It's at the Broadhead Manor. I don't know if you guys have been there yet.
Mm-hmm. I have not yet.
Oh, dude, we got to plan that. That place is
on
so
June
awesome.
6th.
June 6th.
Yeah, I'll be there on June 6th for the Wisconsin Beard Brawl, the Broadhead Beard Brawl. That's going to be awesome. So excited for that. So thanks, Lou, for popping on and repping all of our peeps.
Will there be some cheese available?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Wisconsin. That might hope maybe my Packers will actually make it past the first round of the playoffs. Maybe. You never know.
Maybe you might be a Dolphin fan because they hired a bunch of Packer people.
They did. They hired our defensive coordinator, Jeff Hafley. No, this is what I will say to anybody that is a Dolphins fan. Jeff Hafley is going to do great for your team for about 3 quarters. Okay. So you're going to get 3/4 of great coaching. He takes the
And then it
fourth
all
quarter
goes-
off. He quits. I don't know what it is,
Well,
but he's like,
that's the norm for the Miami Dolphins. So
oh, good. Then he'll fit right
Do
in.
what you wanna
yeah,
do.
he'll fit right in.
Yeah.
It'll be many more years of misery.
Unbelievable. But to make matters even worse, since that we're on the subject, and I can vent about this for a second, we went and hired for our defensive coordinator a person by the name of Jonathan Gannon. Now, you probably don't know that name, so I'm going to explain to you who that person is. He's been the absolute useless retard of a coach for the Arizona Cardinals for the last 2 years. For the Arizona Cardinals! Ridiculous, man. But he did, however, he was a defensive coordinator in 2022, 2023 for the Philadelphia Eagles when they had their super awesome epic defense. So maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope, guys. Maybe there's hope for the Dolphins. Maybe they can bring back Dan Marino. I don't know.
I used to be into football so much, but now I got into the paranormal. I just like, and the Dolphins sucking, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Florida's got some piss poor fans. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
we got so much shit going on here. People don't have time to watch football.
Well, you can
Look.
like other teams. You don't have to like your state team.
I know.
Yeah, like I live in Vegas.
Ever
You
since
think
I was
like
a
the
kid,
Raiders?
I've been a Dolphins fan, so it's kind of hard.
I'm
not
in
to.
Texas and I'm Packers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I live in Vegas. We're all Raiders fans out here. Even the Raiders don't like the Raiders, okay?
We need to hit up Vegas. That's what we need to do.
You do, dude. You totally need to. There's some
Yeah.
great spots out here.
Yep.
Yeah. We could show you all the cool hangouts. We can egg Zach Baggins' house. You know, toilet paper it. It'll be great. But no, there is some really great stuff out here. So it's really interesting. Because I don't know if you've ever how far you've come on the West Coast yet, guys.
not much.
There is definitely an age difference. I think what settlement started in Florida in like the 1500s, right?
St.
Vegas,
Augustine, yeah.
The whole West really didn't even get started until the late 1800s, mid 1800s, right?
Well, Brandon and I went to Lake Tahoe and Virginia City for a couple of Paracons. Got to investigate there, and man, Virginia City, you could feel the vibe. I don't know if it's because of the silver that's like builds that up, but you feel it when you're in the car and you start driving in there.
It's great. Have you guys ever been to Deadwood?
No, it's on my bucket list though.
So Deadwood and Virginia City are they're like sister cities, but Deadwood is a little more commercialized.
Yep.
Okay.
Right? Whereas Virginia City is literally like the place that time forgot.
Yep. Go back.
I like that.
So I do always recommend seeing Deadwood because the experiences there are incredibly strong and unique. However, Virginia City is just so steeped in its own antiquity, I guess. So it's definitely worth checking out.
You got wild horses going down the street in Virginia City. Like, what the heck?
That's a weird thing to call a fat lady, but okay.
Yeah. Well, you got those too.
He's like, I'm gonna drink this.
Don't get me in trouble, Mike.
Tombstone and Deadwood are definitely a lot more like developed, I guess, corporately developed than a place like Virginia City. So it is cool to see.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting towards the end of the show, and this is the time where you can tell people what's coming up, what to look out for, where to find you.
Nice.
We'll start with MaryLynn.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
And she does some amazing art, by the way.
I do. It's
and I'm going to display it while you're talking about it.
So I do intuitive art, and whenever I go to Paracons, I actually do this while I'm there, and I do psychic readings while I'm doing the art as well. And we will actually be at the Relic Festival. That's the one I did for you. And we will be at the Relic Festival, Paracon, at the end of the month. We're going to be there. Mike is going to be the MC. And then I'm going to be doing my paintings while I'm there as well. And then later on, we have just different locations. We're going to be at multiple locations, but you can find us on
everywhere.
Facebook, MaryLynn Bast, and then you can also find Mike G there, Michael Gagliano, and then Lost Goats Productions. We are traveling the U.S. doing a bunch of different projects. And
Big Mike.
Franny is one of them.
Yes, we're really excited to work with
Congratulations.
with Franny Banani. It's a great project for us.
Supernatural Eye.
Supernatural Eye. It is a great project for us, because it helps us start simple, start small, and work our way up. We've completely finished filming and are currently in post-production with ParaNormal 2. The editing and the cinematography done by Mike Ritchie from Charm City Paranormal. The guy is absolutely just a step above, man. There he is. Just a step above. He's so great. And he takes everything so
perfect
professionally.
timing. You saw him on there. That's why you started saying that, right?
Maybe. But he really does.
No, he does do
man.
some amazing work.
He
for
does,
sure.
yeah.
He does great. So check out Charm City if you get a chance to. We're trying to convince him to let loose season 2 of his, but season 2 is done. We're getting ready to start putting on the books season 3 already for ParaNormal, in which we hope to get Eric and Mike involved in that. We wanted to get them involved in season 2, but them not being in was entirely my fault. I own that. I own it. But yeah, we will.
We're here when you're ready, so don't worry.
We're gonna make it happen because you guys are so freaking awesome, and we loved working with you guys. So we definitely want to do more. We will. What else can we do? Oh, so we've got I will be an MC at
like
Rock
the
Island
Hammer,
Roadhouse,
like
Esoteric
MC Hammer.
Expo.
Kind of, yeah. I will be at the Rock Island Roadhouse, which is I think in September. Is that right?
October. I believe October 3rd, first weekend, first Saturday.
Okay. And then I'm going to be an MC next week. Where at, Mary?
We're going to be in near Birmingham, Alabama, at the Relic Parent Con, and they are actually releasing their show there, The Vanished.
The Vanished.
Oh, very cool. That's with Natalie Smearman, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she's amazing. Yep.
Which is, I thought it was about somebody flushing a toilet, The Vanished, but that's not what it is. No, great expose into the Bigfoot world. So check that out. After that, we have the Cajun Country Paracon, where we'll be doing a VIP tour the day before and a pizza party and a little bit of karaoke. That will be April or March? April. And then we have Booze on the Battleship. You'll be at White Hill. So I'll implore people to figure out a way to be at both, please. Split yourself in half if you have to. After Booze on the Battleship, that's also in April. We go into what's our next thing?
You forgot Gettysburg Bash, right?
We do have Gettysburg Bash.
We will be at Gettysburg. What's funny is we didn't know we were going to be at Gettysburg Battlefield Bash until they just released it, and we just happened to be like on the advertisement. And then we're like, oh, I guess
there.
I guess that's where I know where I'm going to be in July.
Mike, you know what? We're going to be speaking. We're going to be a speaker there talking about the Delco. Maybe we could have you as the sacrificial lamb that day.
I'd absolutely love it. I'd be absolutely honored. And
So,
I only
Mike, in
need one
March-
with like 1 ear, so it's great.
Mike, in March, late March, we're doing the Lone Star Paracon as well.
Oh, with the Kling brothers, which I don't know if you remember the Kling brothers. They have the Ghost Lab. It's so funny because when I first met them, I was like, man, these guys are assholes. And then you actually get to know them and you go, oh man, they're actually like cool assholes, you know? No, they actually are like true like gentlemen. They're actually decent human beings. They've just been going through a lot, because they've been doing the circuit for so many years, 20 years, I think.
Yep.
So I'm honored that they allowed us to come back in to do some stuff with them at Lone Star, which is in San Antonio. So they have very limited tickets, so I'm not sure if there's any left there. And then we got the Rock Island, which we're super excited for. We've got what else?
Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run. Kind of. I'll be doing the I have what's called the Legends Rally, which is a 4-day rally from Dallas, and it ends in Nashville, but it will be stopping in Birmingham, where I will be hosting a ghosting adventure with April Bussett, who will be doing a little bit of a gallery reading there. So
Nice.
we'll have about 90 different millionaires and social media weirdos or whatever that will be there, that will be entertaining. So that'll be great. And then I have Gold Rush Rally, which is another thing that I do, which is 9 days. And those are like multi-millionaire, billionaire weirdos. Look, if you were ever interested in getting Adderall, I know how to get it. You know what I mean? Like you just eventually you just have to be like,
we need that
"Just
on
go
a
with the
late night
sign.
event
No, thank you."
investigating.
Right. So I'll be doing that. But the Gold Rush this year for the first time ever will actually be stopping in Deadwood. So that's pretty cool,
Very cool.
for me to be able to go back, because that's really where my whole paranormal experience first began.
Yep.
So that's kind of cool. And then we've got Maine Paranormal, the Maine Paracon,
That's a good
and
one.
the Underground Culture Con.
Underworld.
Underworld Culture Con. See, I don't know. So some great things going on, and that's by Larissa Mary Rex.
Yep.
Who
Very cool.
I would have her babies. Like that's how gorgeous she is. So very excited for that. And also another phenomenal thing is on, speaking of having her babies, is our finale will feature Brian and Rochelle.
Yes.
From
Reshell.
Yes, and I would have her babies. I would do it. You know,
And
I
even
would take.
I thought you were going to say you would have
Yes.
Brian's babies.
I would, that too. He's my number 2 choice. I told him in a pinch, but she would be number 1. He would have to be number 2, right?
Right.
But yeah, so a lot of great stuff going on for this year, man. And then hopefully, I think we were talking like May or July, doing that filming, right?
We're starting in May to start filming, yes. For
And then
paranormal.
hopefully in
And then,
July we can get up with Eric and Mike.
Yep.
Or May, if that works good for you. We'll find out. Irene, she's amazing. Honestly, I'd have her babies too. What the hell?
She's going to be on our podcast as well.
I know. I'm so excited.
Mike G's got a lot of baby mamas.
I wish.
Well, actually, he would be the mama.
I would be the mama.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would
Baby
just
daddy.
stretch marks. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You might want to get with Crystal with that, though.
I should. Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know how would that work. Would it come out of my butthole? Like, there's too much. I don't know.
Too many logistics on that.
Yeah. We'd have to figure that out. Yeah. Yeah. Storks, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I heard cocoa butter works pretty good for the stretch marks.
That's true. It does. But guys, thank you for letting us be a part of your incredible brand new season.
Absolutely. No, definitely. Thank you for joining us. It was awesome.
I hope it goes gangbusters. I hope it's your best season yet. I'm sure it will be.
Well, we got some nice, including you guys, we got some other great celebrities coming up on our season 4. It's going to be epic. I mean, there's going to be some big surprises, and maybe I won't say it. Maybe I will, but I think I will.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
Tell them to tune in, man. We're all going to.
Yeah, you got to tune in, and you're going to be surprised who will be popping up on our episodes.
Just for one episode, just on one episode, Mike, please, just give me like a cool waxing. That would be sexy as hell.
All right, we'll do it.
I'm in for that. I am in for that. I might have your babies. Like,
awesome. I love it.
I'm fixed, so you can't have my babies.
Oh, wow. You've had the old snip.
The old snipperoo.
Wow.
No, not true. I don't let anything get snipped, so that was just a joke.
Oh, I was gonna say you don't let them get snipped. What did you do? Did you cross your own testicles? How does that work?
Yeah, you tie him in a knot.
Yeah, he's definitely for the no-fly zone, man.
Yeah,
that's the no-fly zone area.
Way to bring it back. Okay.
All right, guys. And if you want to check out what's going on my social media, the easiest way to check it out is if you go to my website, flaparanormalresearcher.com. That links out to all my social media. And you can also check out the hauntedfiles.com. And it has information on some upcoming things that we're getting into. check us out on social media. We'll be posting all the events and different things that we'll be doing throughout the year. At the Haunted Files on Instagram. That's where we're usually most active on Instagram, and so you can find out what's going on there. Bless you, sir.
My bad, dude. My bad.
And Eric, I'll let Eric tell you what we're getting into. I can't remember anything.
Well, on my social media, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, even though I don't usually use my YouTube, it's Ghost Hunter South Florida, and Facebook.
Excuse me.
Yours truly, Eric Vanderlaan. We don't have a lot of events like Mike and MaryLynn, just due to our busy time schedule, but we'll be at the White Hill Mansion Paracon. That's going to be in May, the first weekend in May. And then we're going to be at the Gettysburg Bash with these lovely people. And then we're going to reunite with them again at you guys are going to be at the Roadhouse, the Rock Island Roadhouse.
Yes.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Mike's going to be the MC. So, and then maybe some other ones will pop up. That's what I can think of off the top of my head. And for the people that are in our chat and that are listening and watching, please subscribe and like our Haunted Files Unplugged radio show. It'll be much appreciated. And
Hey, what does your hat mean?
UCF, University of Central Florida.
Oh, I thought it was Uncle Fucker. So that's good. That's better.
It could be.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Vince Killian will be at the bash too.
Hey, Vince, what up, buddy?
All right, guys. So thanks again for everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining us. It's good to see you guys as always. And have an amazing rest of your night. And we'll see you guys soon.
Good night.